Hello, dear students and all the listeners. Today we are going to study chapter number 2, Computer Systems, grade 9. This chapter consists of various input, output, and storage devices and the concept of computer memory. In the part 1 of this chapter, we are going to explore all the types of input devices. So let's begin. First of all, let's understand what is the term hardware. The physical component of the computer that can be touched, seen and felt are called the hardware. A computer has to communicate with the external environment also. This is done through various devices attached to a computer. We feed data to the computer through various input devices. The computer gives us processed results or information through the output devices. Data is stored permanently using the storage devices. All these devices attach separately to the computer called peripherals. Let us understand all the input devices in detail. Any information, data or instructions given to the computer is called an input. The device using which we enter such data into the computer is known as an input device. Any input device takes input, then converts it into binary form for the computer to understand and then passes it on to the CPU for the processing. Because all the digital computers can understand only binary data. Input data can be both data or instructions. There are a number of input devices available in the market. Most common input devices are the keyboard and the mouse. The other input devices such as light pen, MICR, OCR, OMR, etc. are used for very specific applications. We will discuss each and every device one by one. Let us first talk about the keyboard. It is a standard and the most common input device attached to all the computers. It is an arrangement of buttons or keys that can be used to feed numbers, letters, special symbols, spaces, etc. Some characters can be typed by pressing a combination of keys. While working with a keyboard, you will notice a bright flashing light on the screen. This is called the cursor. Any key pressed will enter the character at the cursor position. The characteristics of standard keyboard are that it looks like a traditional typewriter with a QWERTY keypad. A keyboard typically has 101 to 104 keys. The letter keys allow you to enter any alphabet between A to Z and other signs used in English language. The number keys are found on the top row above the alphabet keys. Special arithmetic signs can also be entered through these keys. The function keys are seen above the number keys horizontally. These are used for specific functions such as defined by the computer and the software used. The arrow keys show the direction and are used to move the cursor. On the right end of the keyboard is the numeric keypad. This can be used to work with numbers and mathematical symbols. There are special keys like Shift, Delete, Backspace, Insert, Home, etc. Next device is a mouse. It is a pointing device that rolls on a flat surface. It consists of small case held under one of the user's hands with two or more buttons. The cursor of a mouse is called the mouse pointer. As you roll the mouse pointer also moves quickly in the respective direction. This gives flexibility to move in any direction. The operations with a mouse are clicking, double clicking, right clicking, selecting and dragging. The mouse is an excellent device when used with graphic-oriented software like MS Windows. A mouse can be wired or wireless. There are also different types of mouse like the mechanical mouse. Its movement is relative to the movement of the ball at the bottom. Optical mouse. It uses a light-emitting diode and photodiodes to detect the movement. Laser mouse. It uses infrared laser diodes instead of normal LED. Next input device is the joystick. The joystick is also a pointing device just like the mouse. It consists of a stick that pivots on a spherical ball on its base. As the stick moves, the angle and direction is recorded and the cursor of the screen also moves accordingly. It can move to the right, left, forward and backward direction. Joysticks are commonly used to control video games and usually have one or more extra push buttons. Joysticks have been used for flight control in the cockpit of many aircrafts, especially military fast jets. Joysticks are also used for controlling machines such as cranes and trucks. Next device is the trackball. The trackball is a pointing device used just like a mouse. In fact, it looks like an inverted mouse with ball on top housed in a socket. The user rolls the ball with the fingers directly to move a cursor. Trackballs are common on portable computer laptops where there may be no desk space to run a mouse. It is not very popular because of its durability issues. Next input device is the scanner. A scanner is an input device for digital image input. It optically scans and copies pictures, printed text or handwritings directly into the computer. For this, the scanner first photographs the items to be copied and converts it into a digital image. The first image scanner was a drum scanner. It was built in 1957 at the US National Bureau of Standards by Russell Kirsch. But today you will see the flatbed scanner. It is usually composed of a glass pane under which there is a bright light which illuminates the pane and moves an optical array. The image to be scanned is placed face down on the glass and opaque cover is lowered over. It is as in the case of a Xerox or photocopy machine which you may have seen. For example, if you have your old photos in an album, you may scan those photos and save it in your computer. The original copies, the hard copies of the photos might get deteriorated or lost, but we can preserve the soft copies for a longer period of time. Moving on to OCR, that means optical character recognition. OCR helps in the conversion of images of handwritten or printed text on paper to machine editable text. And OCR uses a light source to read the characters and then converts them to the electrical pulses. Accuracy rate of 80 to 90% on neat, clean, hand-printed characters can be achieved. This means there will be dozens of errors per page. So the applications are limited as of now. The technology is being developed for greater accurate recognitions and will be called as intelligent character recognition. Next device is MICR, that means magnetic ink character recognition. MICR is a character recognition technology mainly used by the banking industry for processing of the checks and drafts. The checks are inserted into this MICR and pass through the magnetic field. The read head of this machine recognizes the characters on the checks. There are some special MICR fonts used around the world. These are E13B and CMC7 fonts. MICR characters are printed using a magnetic ink or a toner which contains iron oxide. Magnetic printing is used so that the characters can be accurately read into a system. As you are able to see an example on the screen for special MICR fonts, you may have already seen this number on a check. These fonts are written with the magnetic ink which contains iron oxide, which will be read by the MICR machine. Our next device is OMR, that means optical mark recognition. Optical mark recognition is a process of capturing data made by a dark and light marks on specific positions on the paper. An OMR system doesn't interpret letters but only looks for marks on special forms. Optical mark reader is a special device that can detect a specific mark made with ink or a pencil. An OMR requires a special pre-printed form with boxes or circles where the marking can be done. These forms are then inserted to an OMR machine. The marks are then translated to electric signals based on the presence or absence of the marks. Question paper of objective type questions in various examination or test use this format. I believe you all must have used this kind of OMR sheet for giving your examination. The answers for this have to be given by darkening the circles with a pen or a pencil. The answer sheets are inserted into the OMR for calculations of the score. The speed can be up to 8,000 double-sided sheets per hour with no need for verification. Our next device is the barcode reader. You all may have seen this type of devices while shopping in the malls. A barcode is a machine-readable representation of information in the form of stripes of dark and light ink. You will see this on most of the packaged products also, magazines, apparels, books, etc. Originally, barcodes stored data in the widths and the spacing of printed parallel lines. But now, they are also seen in patterns of dots, circles and text codes hidden within the image. but the most common one is the Universal Product Code. You will find this on the grocery items. Barcodes can be read by special optical scanners called barcode readers. This is also a kind of mark reader. A barcode reader typically consists of a light source, a lens, and a photoconductor which translates the optical impulses into electrical ones. The dark lines are converted to ones and the light ones are converted to zeros for binary conversion. Softwares like Barcode Pro and WASP are special softwares for scanning and printing barcodes. Next device is the microphone or the mic, as you may say. We all are very familiar with this device. A microphone is a device for inputting sound. You can record sound, music, narration and other sound effects and directly use them on your computer. You have desktop microphone or ones with the headset and earphones. The collar mic and the handheld mic are also the example of a microphone. There is also a mic in the earphones which you use to hear the songs and talk to someone over the phone. The next device is a light pen. It is a pointing device that looks like a pen and is connected to the monitor. The tip of the light pen consists a light sensitive element. When the tip of the light pen is placed against the screen, it detects the light from the screen. Then the computer identifies the location of the pen on the screen. This is fairly easy to operate. Using light pen, you can directly draw on the screen, but this can become uncomfortable and may not be very accurate. The working of a light pen and a stylus which we use for our mobile phones are almost similar. The only difference remains is of the accuracy. Our next device is digital camera. A digital camera takes video and still photography digitally. It has the capacity to capture hundreds of images in a small single memory device. The advantage is that you do not require a film roll as used in the olden cameras. You can edit images and delete images and reuse the same memory again and again. The digital image can be directly transferred to a computer and printed for further use. Today even our mobile phones come with such digital cameras. Now we have the webcam or the web camera. The webcam is a digital camera attached to a computer, highly used for video conferencing and online chatting. They can also capture full motion videos. They are popularly known as webcam. In the olden computers or laptops, there were no inbuilt web cameras, so we use the external web cameras for this purpose. Now in each and every laptop and the latest mobile phones, we have good quality internal web cameras. Here we come to an end of the part 1 input devices of chapter number 2. I hope you all enjoyed learning about so many input devices. Here are a few questions which you can try yourselves to know the concept better. Thank you. Good luck.